welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone, and you guys might have seen my video talking about why I'm suspended from Twitter for another, 5 more days? And you might have seen, if you follow Geeks and Gamers, the video Anna posted today also discussing that and the larger circumstances surrounding this issue. So I want to make a couple things very, very clear to anybody who's watching or anybody who's wondering, why is this all happening? Why are you guys just making these videos about each other, getting kicked off of Twitter, defending each other, and all this stuff? And if you've seen Anna's video, I think she makes it pretty darn clear there. And so I'm just going to reiterate the point a little bit and add my couple of cents to it as well. So one of the things, if you watch this video that Anna made, she covers, the brief history of why this summer has been absolutely awful for her. And it's not easy for her to talk about. You can see that clear as day. And this is, as somebody, it's hard for me because, I'm looking at you guys looking in, seeing what you want to see. I'm not saying you guys. I know for the most part, people who follow my channel, you guys are all really amazing. You guys are all really awesome people. I have very little beef with any single person who comments on my videos. So many of my comments are overwhelmingly positive, and you guys are an incredible, amazing, supportive community. This is not you. If I say you, I don't mean you, my regular viewer, my regular subscriber. I'm talking about the people who I've seen what Anna's posted lately and have felt the need to come out and say things like, you're using your personal tragedies to gain likes and views. You're exploiting it for your own personal gain, which is BS, by the way. The only reason that anybody out there knows anything about Anna's personal tragedies whatsoever is because her other family members brought it to a friend of her sister's and her other sister brought it to the public attention back when her sister was originally missing. Anna had no intention of ever bringing these things up or discussing these publicly necessarily, and now when she's in a place of trying to get back to work and dealing with a second incredibly terrible and close tragedy in one summer, she's working through and she's processing, and she also wants to be upfront with you guys and explain, hey, this is why I haven't been here lately. This is why I've seemed a little down lately. This is why I haven't been posting as regularly. So she's not doing this to be out there and be like, guys, feel bad for my pain. She's out there trying to explain to her own followers why she hasn't been as consistent and available for them. And yet some people turn around and bite her in the ass for it and have the effing absolute nerve to sit there when she's reposting a vile comment about her sister. Sit there and be like, why are you using your sister's tragedy for your gain? This comment that this guy made was on a video that had nothing to do with her sister whatsoever. It was about Dave Chappelle's comedy special. And somebody put some nastiest vile comment, so she screenshots it and throws it out there. I do the same thing when I get ridiculous and awful comments, because I just want, look, it's there's a moment where you read this and you're like, this is terrible, and you don't want to just sit in that shit alone. You want to put it out there to people who you know are on your side, who will also go, yeah, that's messed up. Just for that momentary comfort of, thank God I'm not dealing with this awful person by myself. And so she goes out and she does that, and what does she get? She gets lambasted for exploiting her personal tragedies for her own gain, which is ridiculous, by the way, because everybody coming through there and accusing her of that, and then everybody coming through and using my comment in defense of her as an excuse to promote their personal opinions of what is and is not okay to be said on Twitter, and banning me and then running around being like, yay, Jesse got banned from Twitter. Good for us. What a wonderful thing we've done. What a wonderfully amazing thing we've done. Gotten someone's friend booted off a platform for a week for sticking up for her because we want to push our own narrative. So I'm sorry, now you are using somebody else's personal tragedy to push your own agenda and to get your own attention by calling out people who are with way more followers than you on Twitter to get attention. So if you want to sit here and be a person who's going to point fingers and say, oh, it's disgusting that you'd use this personal tragedy for your own gain, how much worse is it that you're using someone else's personal tragedy for your own gain? How much more messed up is that? You want to throw those accusations, those completely baseless accusations, and then do the very thing you're accusing someone else of doing, except worse, because you don't even have ownership over the event that happened. You're just exploiting someone else. You're not even suffering. You're not even dealing with any of the emotional fallout from it. You're just exploiting someone else's suffering for your own goddamn gain, and that is beyond disgusting. All right, so if you watch Anna's video on Geeks and Gamers, right, I recommend you do, because it's really from the heart, and you can sit there and say, oh, she's this nice, soft, sweet, sensitive girl. It makes sense that she's sitting here tearing up over the dead. Sure, it makes sense that someone's going to tear up over the tragedies that have happened to her, but not if you know Anna. That's not normal for Anna. The fact that she was willing to go on a platform, not even her own platform, to defend two people from that platform, two of her friends, and be that open and vulnerable, you guys can't begin to imagine what an incredible gesture that was coming from somebody, coming from the person who wouldn't even fall apart in front of her own family because she was keeping it together for them, who delayed her own processing, who delayed her own ability to just face and deal with her grief so that she could be there for the other people in her life who needed her, so she could be strong for her mother, so when her cousin passed, she could be strong for her aunt and her other family members. I mean, this is somebody who has so much inner fortitude that it's ridiculous. And is someone who doesn't even take any credit for that. You know, someone who goes through this and just says, I don't feel strong right now, you know, and is able to come out and be vulnerable and doesn't take any credit for how strong she's been for the other people in her life. And even though she's going through this is her issue and her tragedy that she's dealing with, to come out there and be strong again for me and for Jeremy, because we're dealing with fallout from this. And if you don't think vulnerability is strength, you try crying in front of a bunch of people and not apologizing for it. Because until you've done that, you don't have no idea how much strength it takes to be that vulnerable. And again, I'm not accusing you, my regular listeners. You guys are all amazing. You guys are all awesome. You guys have all seen me do the exact same thing and break down a little when I'm expressing something very, very close to me, and have all been incredible people and amazingly supportive people. So this is not at you. When I say you, I don't mean you. I mean you, the fucking scum of the earth that thinks that going after somebody who's gone through so much is an acceptable thing to do. And like I said, the coming out, the video she made talking about Jeremy and I and defending means so much to me, because I know how much it costs her as a person, the type of person she is. She made great reference to it as, I'm the person who just battles my way up the hill immediately. She's the person who calculates and plans and plays chess with it. And so just coming out and taking a stand and drawing a line in the sand and being vulnerable and open and emotional, that's not in her wheelhouse. That's something she was willing to do for her friends. And I reiterate, her friends. Because this is the big point I want to make here right now, right? Is that when you see me make a video, make a tweet, make a post defending Anna or Jeremy or anybody else, right? Specifically Anna or Jeremy or Jeff, right? I'm not out there making these comments, making statements. No one attacks Jeff, so it's not like I ever have to defend him from anything. Anna and Jeremy, we'll stick with them for now. Obviously, I love and care about Jeff, and so I'm going to defend him. If anybody decides to come after him, you're going to come through me first. But that's the whole reality, right? This is not something I do to get brownie points with my fan base or my followers or someone else's fan base, right? This is not something I do because, it's going to look really good for me if I do it. This is something I do because these people are not just coworkers. They're not just personalities that I know from the interwebs. They are friends. They are people who are close to me, who I have met, who I've hugged, who I've seen cry in some cases, who I've cried in front of, who I've celebrated with during their triumphs, and been an ear for during the struggles. Like, these are Jeremy and Anna are two of my best friends in the world. Because of the way they've been there for me and the way they've trusted me when they've needed me to be there for them over the past year. So when I come out and I throw a punch on their behalf, this is not because I'm trying to look good or score points or just like fighting. I do just like fighting, but that's not why I'm doing that. I'm doing that because these are my close, dear, and personal friends. And that's what I do for all of my friends. You want to go through my list, right? You can ask anybody that I'm close to in my life. This is what I do. This is how I am. I go to bat for the people that I care about, and I will always do that. So, world, go on notice, right? This is not about, because that's unity, right? This is not about, I don't need people to agree with me. I don't need them to have the same opinion as me. That is not important. That is completely immaterial. The important part is that, for me, unity means these are my friends. I will stick by them. I will go to bat with them, whether I agree with them or not. Whether our opinions are the same on things or not. I fight with Jeremy all the time. We have differences of opinions constantly. We yell and scream at each other. It's kind of fun for us. And then we finish the conversation by saying, it was great to talk to you, right? Take good care. Have a wonderful day. Because that's what friends do. We have each other's backs no matter what. So, put anyone you want on notice. You want to come after Anna? You want to come after Jeremy? You want to come after Jeff? you're going to come through me. And that's just the reality. I'll throw Proper Jeremy on that list too, because he's also become a very close and personal friend. So if you ever want to throw shade at him, you're going to come through me as well. And trust me when I say you do not want to come through me. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. We are going to be live on Geeks and Gamers tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Pacific, so that makes it 5 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be me, Gary, Anna, and Jeremy, and we're going to discuss a little more of this. We're going to discuss what these friendships have meant to us. We're going to discuss this ridiculousness, the censorship that goes on in the Twitter sphere, the gross ways in which politically correct culture has now emboldened people to basically be gigantic pricks all of the time. So join us tomorrow afternoon on Geeks and Gamers. After that, 5 p.m. Pacific, we're going to be doing mindless bullshit on my channel, so that's not going anywhere either. But thank you guys so much for listening. As always, oppress the like button the same way you would oppress these motherfuckers that are going after Anna. Make sure that you share this video with anyone you think needs to see it. Subscribe, hit the notifications bell, all that stuff. There's a bunch of videos popping up here, so make sure you click LA Cheesesteak Reviews. It's my awesome new channel about me and my fellow Philly transplants trying to find a decent cheesesteak in LA and failing. Click Get Involved with Me. That'll tell you everything you need to know about links to Patreon, to Teespring, to PayPal, different ways you can support this channel and help it grow. You can follow me on Instagram at Mindless Entertainment, on Twitter at Jesse Milestone. I'll be back in a little while. Also, make sure you follow Team Jesse and Mindless Enter, ENTR on Twitter. Those are the Team Jesse is the official Jesse Milestone fan account, and then Mindless Enter is your official account that will verify who is part of the Team Jesse umbrella, who is officially acknowledged as the Team Jesse umbrella. So check all that stuff out. You guys are amazing. You guys are the best fans that anybody could ask for, and that's all I could possibly want. So thank you very much for being you guys. God Empress out.